Morning on this Tuesday, January 21st. I'm Rob Krieger. We are following breaking news today. The NOPD and the DOTD have closed interstates this morning ahead of the winter storm. We have team coverage following everything you need to know. Meteorologist Zach Fradella and Hannah Gard are joining us with the first alert.
Hey Rob, we've had things progress pretty nicely off to our west, where we're seeing the storm slowly work into our neck of the woods. Now it is a first alert weather day. It's going to be a first alert weather day for a couple of days here because those winter storm impacts, today's the snow, but the impacts are going to linger for multiple days, probably for the rest of this week. Now the light mixture that we've been seeing throughout the night, it's very light in nature. That's what's moistening up the atmosphere. It's about to turn to all snow. I think in the next 2 or 3 hours, we're going to see this transition over to real precipitation, and it is going to be the flakes falling across the regions. When that happens, our temperatures are going to drop below freezing, and our roadway conditions are going to go downhill very fast, and snow is likely to linger throughout the entire day today. So it is going to be a snow day here on this Tuesday across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. The big radar picture, we're starting to get more of the flakes flying across our northern tier and also in the river parishes. Just got a video from Gramercy. It's snowing. Okay, now it's not snowing very heavy, but we're starting to get more and more of this consistent snow banding that's developing first in Baton Rouge, and then it's going to be working its way over southeast Louisiana. So the North Shore, you're in and out of these light flurries, but it will start to pick up in intensity in the next short while. And you see how Baton Rouge dropped all the way into the upper 20s. As soon as that precipitation gets the whole atmosphere moistened, we're going to see those numbers and those temperatures drop below freezing, and that's what's going to create the problems on the roadways. The interstate system going west towards Baton Rouge, this is probably going to start to fill up with some snow in the next short while, and there is a blizzard warning right now in southwest Louisiana. They're in this banding here. That will come over us late morning into this afternoon, and we'll have some wind gusts, 35 miles per hour, especially by water, mixing with the snow, so it creates like whiteout conditions. That's why you would get a blizzard warning issued for this particular storm. As soon as we get those temperatures dropping, you see how the roadway numbers get cold enough to see the icing. So Viper roadway temperatures showing us that western Louisiana is icing up fast, and that's all coming our way. 5 to 8 inches. That's still the Fox 8 current snowfall forecast for the majority of the Lake Pontchartrain area that goes to I-12 north of the lake and comes into the city South Shore. Even some high numbers probably all the way down to the coast. The place that I'm leaning more so towards less snow would be farther inland. The farther north you go, these numbers will probably get shaved back pretty quickly as you get into that dry air mass. So that's a check on the forecast in regards to how much snow. Here's how it's going to play out hour by hour. We're going to get over to Hannah Gard to give you that hour by hour outlook for your Tuesday.
Thanks, Zach. Yeah, we're looking at our forecast model here, and I do want to point out that when you look at the initialization, it's definitely seeing more of a wintry mix. Sometimes our radar is going to be a little off on what is snow and what is actually more of like a sleet, where you're seeing those ice pellets. So that's something to keep in mind. It's going to start off more as a wintry mix for those areas that are kind of in the central, down toward the coast. We're starting off with rain, and where it's actually below freezing, as Zach was showing you on the temperature map, North Shore areas, that's where we're going to see that snow kicking things off. So as we go throughout the rest of the morning, the snow is going to start to shift down farther to the south. We'll still see a wintry mix to start down near the coast, but we're going to have more widespread snowfall, especially in the northern tier. And then by the time we get to about 10 through noon, we're going to see snowfall across the entire area. So the places that see the wintry mix the longest, that's where we're going to have to watch for road icing, especially because the roadways are already pretty cold, and it's going to not take much as those temperatures drop to see road temperatures get to freezing. And then the snow is also going to start to accumulate. So once we get to 10 to 11 to noon, that's when we're going to see that significant snow accumulation on the roadway. So once we get to the afternoon, still seeing that snowfall. It could be heavy at times as we see that banding kicking in. And then we get to the edge of the snow. By about 5 to 6, it's tapering off in our northwestern areas, and then we're totally clearing out as we get to the evening. So the next 24 hours temperature-wise, it's going to be really, really cold. So if you do plan on getting out there and playing in the snow, make sure you're bundled up. You can get frostbite and hypothermia if you're out there for too long and you're not covered correctly. The wind chills are going to be in the teens. This is dangerous cold, especially by tomorrow morning. We'll give you the first alert for those wind chills. We have single digits on the North Shore, teens down to the south. So that's incredibly dangerous cold you do not want to be exposed to for a long time. We also have hard freeze conditions for all of the area Wednesday and Thursday. That is pipe bursting cold. So make sure that you have winterized your home correctly as we're heading into the snowfall. Before that, you want to make sure you're done with all of the last minute things you need to do for this winter weather. And of course, make sure that you're staying safe and warm as we go throughout the rest of today. Now we'll get to Christy with your first alert traffic.
Well, that's right. That snow is coming. So, travel is going to be very dangerous today, guys. And also, as a